Good morning, world changers. It is day 9 of the 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge. So every day I will be posing a thought-provoking question, and the idea is to spend 10 minutes just reflecting on that and writing in a journal, writing the question down and answering the question, and just getting to know yourself better so that you can start creating the life that you want. You can learn who you are, what you're about, what's holding you back, what your dreams are, what your desires, that kind of thing. So, it's day 9, and today's question I totally wanted to skip. It's all very well answering it in the privacy of my own home, but doing a video about it, I was like, there's no way, I can't publicly answer that. So the question is, what is something you regret doing, and is it affecting you to this day? Now, immediately I came up with umpteen things that I've regretted doing. I've done so many things, particularly in my teenage years, that I am definitely not proud of, and I'm not gonna, definitely not gonna share them on here. Because I didn't get caught for all of them. No, I can't. I'm joking. Totally joking. I'm totally not. But no. This question. It's not that it. If I was doing this privately and just writing in my journal, it wouldn't challenge me because I would be honest and just I know the things that I've done. I'm not proud of. They do affect me to a certain extent in terms of, I mean, I've learned to let them go, most of them, and learned that, I was just a young person. I was just doing the best that I could at that time, and I was making mistakes, and I've learned from those mistakes. But, do I wish they hadn't happened? Yeah, of course. But then you could argue those experiences have absolutely shaped me, and nothing is a mistake if you learn from it. So, one of the things that does still upset me is I was a teenager and I was on the phone to a friend, Emma, and I had just moved to Scotland. Well, I'd been up about probably a year, so I moved up to Scotland when I was 14. I found it extremely challenging. It was just a really difficult time. I was really struggling to fit in, and I would do anything to fit in. I was just a people pleaser. And I remember being on the phone to my friend, and I started slagging off my dad, and this was making her laugh. And it was a silly little thing. I was slagging off a fireplace that he'd built, and I'm so embarrassed telling this story because I just feel, I feel such a brat. And my dad was on the other side of the door, heard everything, and he was so upset and he was so hurt. And of course he went absolutely ballistic and, banned me from the phone, told me to get off the phone, and, shouted at me because he was upset. And, I was so upset because he was not meant to hear it. It wasn't it wasn't true at all. It was just I was making my friend laugh, and I was being fueled by that because I wanted to fit in. I was desperate to make friends, and I was struggling with my own demons. So the reason why it still affects me to this day is because obviously I never apologised to my dad for that, and my dad's no longer here. My dad passed away when I was 24, and I never took the opportunity to make amends for that. I mean, obviously, it's probably not even on my dad's radar anymore, or wasn't on his radar, but because he passed away when I was 24, he has not been able to see the person I've grown into, and I just wish I'd had the emotional skills that I have now to be able to communicate with him. And because me and my dad had, I know he absolutely loved me and I loved him, but We didn't show affection. The only time we said we loved each other, in fact, it was, I told him I loved him, was when he was diagnosed with cancer and told he had weeks to live, and I burst into tears, gave him a hug and told him I loved him. And I suppose that's the best sort of apology that I could have given him. However, it's just, with hindsight, you just look back on things and just think, I just wish I'd done things differently. And now it's too late to change them. And I think that's the biggest thing with regret. And I think that's why we experience regret, because it's often, you might regret doing something, but if you've got the opportunity to change it and make amends, then that's great. But it's when that opportunity then is taken away, then that's when it becomes a regret, because, that opportunity is gone. So that is probably one of many, many things I've regretted in my life. And had it not been for the life coaching that I've been doing for the last 10 years, being life coached, it would have continued to hold me back. It still chokes me up. I can feel it here when I talk about it. But, there's many other things that I've done and I felt so ashamed of. And I have now learned to let them go through, just realising, I was doing my absolute best, and what is the point in beating myself up about all these things? I'm not going to share them publicly. But yeah, this is going to be a challenging question, no doubt, and I can imagine nobody's going to share their thoughts and reflections on this one. But if you are brave enough, well, it's silly, isn't it, saying you are brave if you are brave enough, because the thing is, I'm still hanging on to it by the fact that I won't publicly declare it, but I'm just very wary about what you put out on social media. I'm not sure that, we should air all our dirty washing on there, and should be a little bit careful. I know what I've done. I've dealt with it, and I don't need to share it. So anyway, so I would love your reflections on this question. So again, the question is, what is something you regret doing? Is it affecting you to this day? So again, what is something you regret doing? Is it affecting you to this day? So if you would like to share in the comments below, or join our private Change Your World personal development group, which is free to join, and lovely people in the group, all looking to grow and develop themselves and encourage and support each other. There's no judgment. So post a video like this, or just take a photograph of your journal entry, or just write a written post. You're more than welcome to share your comments, and I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear your reflections on what you make of this subject. All right, take care, and if this has been helpful, please share, spread the word of Change Your World and what we're trying to do here. And if you think somebody would enjoy this 100 days of self-discovery challenge, then let them know about it. All right, take care, have a great day, bye.